film.
We have such sights to show you.
Welcome back to The Devil Made Me View It. I'm Jesse Spitzer.
And I'm Jay Orlees.
And on this episode, we have another special guest, a friend of ours from film school, Rosemary, who brought to us her favorite horror movie, Repo, the Genetic Opera. Is it the Genetic Opera?
She had no doubt. What do we want to do, Repo?
Yeah.
It wasn't thought. Everyone else. I'll get back to you. It was. I don't think we'd finish the sentence, the question mark in the text, and it was Repo, Genetic Opera. It's duh.
And I'm very glad. that she did. But won't say too much more until we throw it over to future us, past us, whatever us, when she joins us. So stay tuned. All right, and as promised, here we are here with Rosemary, and we are talking about Repo, the Genetic Opera. This is a movie I had never. I think I heard of it at some point in my life, but I had never seen it before prepping for this podcast. But Rosemary, if you want to kind of give a little, maybe like synopsis of what the movie is and what it's about.
Yeah. So, Repo is a sort of futuristic cyberpunk goth rock opera. In its easiest way to describe, what it is. So, you got people dying, you got people singing and dancing, and you got a bunch of blood and guts. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Yeah, it really is. It is like the perfect encapsulation of like Hot Topic in 2008. And
it's actually,
in the most like amazing way.
Yeah, because it's like you have the goth theater kids,
for sure,
but together, and then it's like, and then just. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's very it is very just like I said, just a time capsule. In both the looks, the vibes. It almost feels like a really long Evanescence music video.
Yeah, especially when the opera starts. Yeah. With Blind Meg. Blind Mag comes in, I'm like, oh, it's Amy Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
where'd you first find this? A little bit, yeah. Rosemary, where'd you first come across this?
Oh, where did I first come across this? This was, I think about, it's somewhere in the aughts, like 2010s.
So it was still pretty fresh when you found it. Yeah, so it was still pretty fresh. Yeah. It wasn't like a hidden gem. Because Jesse's finding this now.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you thought. At what point did you realize what you were in for, Mr. Spitzer?
Oh, me? I went in completely blind. And very early on, I was just like, oh, okay, this is weird. This is like a weird, like, shot, like so many weird choices were made in the filming of this. The way everything kind of feels like it's like there's Vaseline on the lens at times. Like everything's
not Vaseline.
But yeah, and then when the music starts, it's like, first of all, the character, the main guy, the grave robber guy. Anytime he is on screen, I am 100% entertained. Like, I love that performance. Is so he comes through with such confidence, and it's just like, I don't know. He feels like a real person that would exist in this world. And yeah, I just coming in completely blind. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know the cast. I didn't know the Spy Kids girl was going to be in it.
Yeah, you got Alexa. You got Alexa Vega.
Yeah.
You have Paul Sorvino. You have Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton and Paris Hilton I didn't even recognize as Paris Hilton until like the third scene she was in. I was like, is that Paris Hilton? There's no way that's Paris Hilton. And yeah, sure enough.
Just kind of watch it and like, yeah, that's a pretty goth girl. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, early on in watching of this, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be my kind of movie. But it very slowly kind of won me over. To by the end of it, I was just having such a good time because it really is. This is a movie that you just have to kind of throw yourself at.
It does not care if you like it or not.
Yes.
And that's kind of what I love about it.
Exactly.
As far as being the most like punk, and it's punk for a goth opera, it doesn't give two shits if you're having a good time. It's just being what it is. It
Yep.
is such a weird, and you said the choices. It's such a deliberate. Every shot is exactly what Bousman wanted it to be. And I don't know if I know what he was trying to say, but he's directing it like it is obviously it's a stage play that they made little vignettes for, made a movie out of it. Always supposed to be a movie. And it's performed like it's on stage, but yet he shot it like a music video.
Yeah.
So there's every performance has got 75 takes and 75 setups in every line, and it's just I'm always in awe of how much work went into this thing.
Yeah.
Because it is yeah. Good.
Sorry. I was gonna say, you mentioned like the stage, or the staging and the blocking and how it was made to look kind of like a stage production, and that's kind of what it started out as, like a 10-minute black box stage production called the Necromerchant's Debt.
Great name.
That was back in like '99.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was from that long ago.
Yeah, Terrence and like Terrence Adunich and
The Grave Robber.
Grave Robber, and Daryl Smith, I believe, worked on the 10-minute stage production for a while, and then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger until they said like, "Hey, can you make this movie for us?" Guy who did Saw.
Yeah, it's and yeah, like you said, this movie doesn't care whether or not you like it, and I think that's a huge part of the charm. Is like just it's just completely unapologetic. It's just like it doesn't care that it's dorky or silly. It's very like theater kids, you know. It's very much just like, yeah, this is what it is, and take it or leave it. And if you allow yourself to take it, it does slowly just kind of win you over. And sometimes it's like the audacity that these guys had to do certain things. It's like, it's almost like not angering, but maddening in like a crazy way, where it's just like, what is happening? Why are we doing this? Oh, now her eyeballs can project screens and it's like, it's so wild. But it is so fun. It's just like every scene, there's something to love, and especially with the production design and everything. The costuming is insane, and yeah, I love the one of my favorite things I keep thinking about is the way that they do, because it is set in the future. It's like a not super distant future, but distant enough where it's a lot of things are unrecognizable. And I love the way they do paintings. Is like these like wall projections, and it allows the her mother has passed away, and it allows like that character to still kind of be interactable in the scene and stuff. There's so many cool ideas. Maybe we should briefly kind of talk about the plot for people who haven't seen this, like me, prior to this. But yeah, it's like a not so distant future. There was some kind of plague that causes organ failure, and then a company designed like synthetic organs, and you can have them and it'll save your life, but you're pretty much in debt for the rest of your life, and if you can't pay that debt off, then they send the Repo Man to you, and he repossesses your organs.
I love in the beginning. It has the plot point. It's kind of like the Star Wars prequels where they have to explain the politics, and they say that they pass it through Congress that you can repossess organs.
Yeah.
I'm like, they took the time to say that is that the Congress is also messed up in this thing. That's a horrifying idea, and it's funny because it was timely in '08, and now it's timely now.
Yeah. For sure, and but yeah, the main plot it kind of follows all these like big players in the world, like the owner of the company, and then the Repo Man himself and his daughter, and I kind of wish there was a little bit more of like what it would be like to live in this world day to day, because everybody that we see or interact with in this movie are like I said, the big players of the world. Like
Yeah.
they're the movers and the shakers. But
It's like Shakespearean that level. It's all the kings and the queens and the princes. There's no street level person walking around. All we know about is the Repo Man, the people that own the whole planet, and then the people that are fighting. There's no kid in the street on the skateboard having to find credits to pay for mom's kidney.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
Unless you count Shiloh, the Repo Man's daughter.
but I mean even then she's her dad is the Repo Man. Spoiler alert. And I was always surprised at how good she was, because she carries a lot. I mean, the press is on Paris Hilton and Anthony Head and Servino, but then not to reduce her to Spy Kids, but she carries a good chunk of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and she her character is really interesting too, in that she is just like there's not a point in this movie where she has like a firm grasp on the situation or like has any kind of confidence, because she is just in the eyes of all of the powerful men in this movie, she is just a pawn or like a precious item to her father, more than a person, which it's kind of a unique way to portray the main character as like, it almost feels like the movie is like taking control of ourselves, and like it's like, oh, you're just kind of being moved from one thing to the next, which I think is another just kind of weird, interesting decision made by this movie. Like there's no I would say there's no real, like, outside of her, there's no protagonist or like force of good that's kind of trying to help her in any way. Everyone's just kind of doing things selfishly, and she's just kind of being used and pulled around all over the place. The closest would be was it Meg, the blind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blind Meg.
Yeah, she would be the closest thing to like someone who actually cares for Shiloh in a healthy way. Obviously her father cares for her, but is also, poisoning her and
yeah.
and,
like just obsessively protecting her to the point of
of like causing her harm to keep her too weak to get into danger, essentially. It's just it's one of those movies where it's like I really love this the premise. I love the premise so much. I kept telling my wife, I was like, if this was a comic book, I would be obsessed with it. And even like the
creator. Yeah, I was gonna say, and the creator actually does do comics.
Oh, really?
Those were actually his drawing. Yeah. Those are all Terrence. The little panels in the beginning, like describing, like setting the scene.
Yeah, the
quite
exposition.
Literally. Yeah, those were all drawn by him.
And I love all that. Like the whole opening was like the comic book exposition opening is so good, and I was like, I love the way that the premise and everything, the plot. It's just that when it comes to the way that the plot unfolds, it's so different than anything I would ever do with this premise, and
it's almost Greek tragedy.
Yeah. It's cool. It's so I think that was something that I had, because early on, like I said, I wasn't like, I was like, I don't know if this movie's really for me, and I realized it's because I kept kind of getting frustrated because it's like, oh, why didn't they do this? Why didn't do that? Why didn't they go this direction with this character? And then I realized pretty early on, halfway through maybe, that I was like, oh, I just need to just like let this movie be what it is and tell its story and just kind of accept it and stop trying to resist it or, steer it into a different direction.
That's kind of how I had felt about The Bride, like last month, the Gyllenhaal one that ate shit theatrically.
Yeah.
Where I'm like going, I don't know if I like this version, and then within like a half an hour I'm going, oh, this doesn't care if I like it or not.
Yeah.
This is good. So then I really enjoy it. It's kind of how I feel about this one. It's like I'm along for the ride, and I'm not a big musical theater guy. I mean, I did musical theater in college. So I'm watching it, and I kept thinking my big attention span problem with any musical, whether it's the Ava, what's the Mamma Mia stuff that my kid really likes, is that the songs are too long. And I'm like idiot. I'm complaining that there's more music in a musical. I've got to get my, like, even in Wicked, I'm like, well, why is the song? Get past the song. That's what it's there for. It's like asking. It's like someone complaining about it's too bloody in Chainsaw.
Right.
That's what it's there for. So then when I got past my head out of my ass for that, I'm watching it. I'm really liking the little bits of it. And is it wrong that my favorite player was Paris Hilton, and I was so proud of her? This is Paris Hilton, and I'm not talking that class. Again, spoiler, at the end when she's pulling her face back on, and then she takes her face falls off on stage. And why am I like proud of her? Like, good for her. She actually saw a script where her face comes off. Someone's known for her face, and she took the script and went for it. Good for her.
Yeah.
I think she was actually one of the people to fund it. I think she was actually like funding it
Oh wow.
this whole time.
I know that at one point they were running low on money, and she did some sort of a fundraiser for it. And then, so, and the money went towards, like, it was like some, like, it was a signing. I don't know what the commentary Bausman talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like helping. I mean, her name on it. I remember he said in the commentary that initially he didn't want to cast because it looks like stunt casting. It's like when you have a big name just to get attention to it, but then she comes in and just wowed him, and he's like, yeah, it's her part. I'm not going to not cast her because of how it's going to look. She's great, and she is really good. She really plays up her image, what everyone thinks of her, as far as being like, a rich kid coming into this. But at the bit the end she's pulling her face back on, I don't know why I found that so funny. I just thought that was the funniest, because it's not I'm not making fun of her acting, but I completely bought in a movie that's big. It's operatic, it's theatrical. They're playing to the back of the house. Mm-hmm. Her tugging on her makeup, I completely go, oh, her makeup's coming off. I'm like, idiot. It's not her. It's she's playing a part, and I'm completely okay. So I bow down, and then the face falls off. I love that at the end. It's just like, oh well, shit.
The little spin, the little spin move, and the face
little
falls
spin,
off.
just
Yeah. I agree. She is fantastic in this, and she's having so much fun. Anytime it's her and the brothers interacting, I wish there was more scenes with the three of them, because whenever it's the three of them, they're all three of them are just having so much fun. The one, I love the way the one looks with the face attached to his face.
Yeah.
Such a
I love
cool
the
image.
Poppy.
Yeah.
Well, then the punch at the end that he's wearing her face that fell off on stage.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
But then Bill Moseley is my guy from the whole movie. He's Chop Top, everything he's done, the Rob Zombie stuff. I'm watching him, and he's not in the same movie that they are.
Yeah, he's cranked up to 11.
He's cranked up. He's up there, and then every once in a while he just pops in, and he's basically doing the cook from Chainsaw, even though he was Chop Top. But he's like, anyone gets his face and her stabbing him, and I'm like, I want to see that movie where he's doing this crotchety old Jim Cedo impression. It's just good.
I was blown away. They all survived this movie. I was like,
and why? Because they're the ones that should get killed first and at the ending, and they're the ones that are at the end going, guess what? We still own it. Like, it's the film's going, we can't kill evil. It just diversifies, and they come back at the end and they're talking about. I'm like, God, that is such a bleak, funny ending.
Yeah, it really is. It's
well, the fact that it also is like it's an auction for her face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Luigi, the stabby brother, kills all the other auctioneers, wins it, and then Pavi ends up wearing the face.
Yeah.
So it's like, keep it in the family.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you gotta,
it's sacred. It's sacred. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta stick together.
And why? And I'm still. Why is Paul Sorvino in this? He was in Goodfellas. He's like a big, and he's in it. There's one bit because he always he's been on like Law and Order. And he's been in everything. There's a bit towards the end on the dance number where he's clearly laughing, and he's not acting. It's just a shot because his face. He relaxes his face and he's kind of laughing. It's like it's behind the curtain kind of thing. But he's 100% committed. I mean, if he's doing a work for hire, trying to get a couple bucks, but he's singing. He gets to do opera. He gets to be in a big. He is a singer. That's why he left New York for Law and Order, because the weather was bad for his voice. He's committed to it. It's one of those ones where you watch it like, how does this exist? You know, it's like when on a much more personal level, but like when Charlton Heston pops up in Wayne's World. Like, how'd they get him in this thing? Like, but like this guy, he's there for the whole run. Servino wants to be in an opera. He wants to be an opera where people get their faces chopped off.
Yeah.
It's great. I dig it.
Yeah, yeah. I want to talk about the music a little bit because I want to get my last little bit of negativity out of the way because I do. This is an opera by definition. There's no spoken dialogue. It's all sung. So technically not a musical. It is an opera, and I feel like it feels like the first draft of the script didn't have music almost, because some of the songs it almost feels like they just took a script and just were like, okay, well, instead of saying the words, let's just sing the words.
Yeah.
And like the music for some of these scenes is kind of an afterthought, it feels like, which is a little disappointing because I love musicals. I love I guess technically I love operas too. There's not a whole lot I've seen, but and it just I wish that some of the music was more focused on, or like the plot was focused, or the music was more less of just kind of like the backdrop of the scene. But with that said, I have not been able to stop singing that. I'm sure you guys know the song I'm talking about, the little glass vial.
Yeah.
That song.
Zydrate comes in a little glass
Yeah,
vial.
That is
song
so.
rips
It's
so
an ear
hard.
bug. It gets in your, and then they go back to it later on.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
When that song, because I remember my wife came home while I was in the middle of watching this movie, and I was still like kind of.
She's like, what are you
Well,
doing? Yeah.
For sure, that was her. She's like,
Yeah.
"What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, it's for the podcast."
Sure it is. Okay. Yeah.
But
Rosemary made me.
Guy-
She made me.
Guy hanging upside down with his spine getting ripped
Yeah.
out. He's like, "What are you watching?"
yeah. But at that point, I was still like a little bit lukewarm on it. I wasn't like super hot on it. But then shortly after she got home, that scene plays with that song. And I was just like, okay, wait, I think I actually love this. Like, this is actually like amazing. And I cannot, ever since I watched it, it's been almost a week now, and I just randomly will just, a little glass vial? Like, just like, randomly just say
Just pick something up and like a little glass.
And it's just, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's such a bop. I like that song a lot. I also really like the song between Meg and Shiloh. I think it's like Chasing the Morning, I think it's called.
Yeah, Chase the Morning.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I like anytime
It's
the
like-
Repo Man singing is fun.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta admit, Sarah Brightman looked fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when she was like what? I think she was like 60 something.
Seriously?
62.
Oh, I didn't know
think
that.
so.
That's crazy. Yeah. No,
Oh, in the pipe. So yeah.
yeah.
That's a great, that's a
Yeah,
showstopper
like-
at the end when she gets to be lowered down. And then what happens, well, we're about spoilers, but her ending, I was like, well, why do you do that to her? Cause she's like, I thought she's going to be like the angel of the show, the Phoenix of it. But yeah, Anthony Head, as the dad, he was great. I guess he always sings, and I'd never seen him in anything but Buffy. And then like Folgers commercials or Taster's Choice, whatever it was. I'm like, oh, he's really good in this too.
Yeah, I love the. He's like, I'm your dad. I'm also your doctor. Like I don't know. It's so over the top and theatrical. Obviously, it's the best way to kind of describe almost every aspect of this this whole movie. It's very theatrical. But yeah, that's really my major gripe with this movie, outside of like it just kind of not being a tone that I'm super into generally, but it did win me over. But my major gripe is the music. I wish that also like the mixing of the music as well, like the instrumentals. Sometimes it doesn't hit very well. It kind of feels like it's kind of faded into the background a little bit. But yeah, outside of that, there is so much to love about this movie, and almost all of it. It's one of those things where it's like. I look at Sinners, right? I think that was my favorite movie of last year. Or that or second favorite. I think Weapons was actually my favorite. But I look at that movie, and it is just a masterfully put together movie, and I love it so much. But then you look at something like this, and I also have a lot of love for it, but for a completely different reason, where it's like less so about the product and more so it's like I see the fingerprints, on the clay.
yeah.
Like I see
The brush strokes. Yeah.
exactly how this was not crafted to be perfect. It was made to be, like you said, exactly what they want it to be, and everybody came forward with their own spin on their own little section of the pie, and was able to really just come together and make something that doesn't feel the most cohesive or doesn't feel like the most crafted thing, but it does feel like a collection of ideas and passions and love. And it really, really comes across that way too. And it's hard to watch it unless you're watching it with, your arms crossed and harumphing the entire time. It's hard to watch it and not just have fun and smile and enjoy it, even if it's not your cup of tea, which I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that. Go ahead, boss.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying my test. We're all so damn polite. My test was we're watching it and on Roku or on Tubi or something, and I'm like I'm so annoyed when the commercials came on. And normally that's when I get up and I walk the dog. I'm like screw this. I get up and I find my DVD. I know it's one of those covers that kind of stands up, and I spent like 20 minutes trying to find it because I didn't want to be interrupted. So I must have been enjoying it enough for that. But as far as like the brushstrokes, I love that usually like in Sinners, they had a lot of money. So they hire the best. They come in and they know what they're doing. They have craftsmen. Here, there's not that much. There's still money, but it's not that much money. So on bits, when they go, we can't afford to do this scene, and then they just go, well, screw it. We're gonna have a cartoon then. We're gonna go to animation. We're gonna just explain it with etchings and have drawings. We're not gonna shoot that because it would cost too much. And then, but they still tell the story they want to tell. They found a way to doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. I'm a fan.
Yeah. It's very. We all went to film school together, and it definitely reminds me of like working on those small projects where it's just like how the hell am I gonna you got we have other classmates who have these big ideas and small budgets, and it's like it's interesting to see how people kind of what's the word I'm looking for, how they manage their ideas with the resources that they have.
Budget.
Yeah, and this movie does that a lot. But it also completely nails it. Whereas, like people like me or other people who are less creative are it's like, well, technically, I mean, it does look like a spaceship, going through space, kind of. But with this, it's just like, no, they really took what they had and they went with it, and it shows that, like, you don't need to have all the money in the world. And I imagine, there was a budget with this movie, but I imagine a lot of that probably went to the cast.
Probably the cast and probably just insurance, something like this size, getting people to come in.
Sure.
But I love like the phone watch. There's no reason they had to have the 3D hologram show up.
Yeah.
On the watch to show who's talking. We know who's going to be talking, but they wanted to show that it's the future, and it was a reminder because or like I said before, every painting in the house is a hologram of the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't, and then the exterior stuff. They wanted to go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, the big shot.
Like,
go ahead.
I was just gonna make a comment about the hologram busts. It's kind of almost like ghosts. Like ghosts coming to haunt, especially in Night Surgeon with Anthony Head. With his song, it's like this weird like ghost of his past coming back to haunt him.
Yeah,
And that's what I really love about those.
Yeah, it's such a cool way to kind of incorporate that like gothic horror with future technology. It's genius. It works really well on screen. I think obviously there's going to be people that are, it looks dated, the CGI is, whatever. But it's still, if you allow yourself to, enjoy things, it's still is sold. I love I think it might be after the comic book kind of intro, just a big shot of like the sweeping shot of the city with the giant screen on the Zeppelin and everything, and it's just it's such a cool setting, and the way they portray it is just really neat. And and it does feel like an alternate universe future that would just be horrible to live in, like just absolutely horrible.
And that's why I put the cyberpunk name on it, because it's pretty cyberpunk when you think about it. And like you got your futuristic setting, like 2055, I believe, is when this world is set.
Okay.
You got your I would say biopunk. With the alternating one's body to something else medically.
Yeah, and it doesn't really touch on that. I guess it does a little bit with Paris Hilton's character being addicted to surgery, which is really interesting. But really, the premise and like the
yeah,
what is
like
it called?
it's not like it's not saying like, hey, this is your future. This is your future that you're going to be seeing. It's like, no, it's just going to say like, this is what's happening.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that the movie doesn't bog itself down with, because it could easily go into like the aspect of like, oh, you've replaced yourself, you've replaced parts of yourself with technology. You know, what is that? Are you less human? You know, what does that do with the psyche? It doesn't care about any of that. Like, it doesn't really ask those questions, and I appreciate that, because I think it's easy to fall into those pit traps, because there's a lot of there's a lot of cliches that follow a lot of what would be involved in a plot involving this setting. But it doesn't ever touch on those, because this isn't about that. The plot isn't really even about the world at all, or like how corrupt it is. It is corrupt, and it expresses that. But this is about the characters and about love and
finding out things.
Yeah, and corruption, and how love can corrupt. And make you oversee things. It really is. It's like it's a really cool plot, or not plot, a setting. But the movie doesn't get slowed down by the things that usually come with this kind of a setting, which is cool. And I don't know.
Right. There are a few lines where like they ask like, it's like, if you change who you are, it's like basically asking the question. It's like, how much is it still you after you've put so much into this technology?
Yeah. It's like that. What's that boat?
But it's like,
yeah, the boat from WandaVision. That's all I know. The reference from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could this work as a non-musical, as a straight sci-fi?
I think. Go ahead.
I mean, sorry. Well, there is Repo Men with Jude Law.
That's true.
So I mean, there's always that. So it's like, do you want one with music, or do you want one
And the
without
thing is,
music?
I would watch this over Repo Man again. And I'm not the music guy, but I think this one. I mean, it could work without, but it would just be one more sci-fi dystopian Blade Runner wannabe. But with what it ends up being, it's such a unique. And it gets accused of trying to rip off Rocky Horror, but it's not. It's just because it has music in it doesn't mean it's Rocky Horror wannabe.
Right.
And dancing, but no, I think that's such a unique. Oh God, like it is just doesn't give a rat's ass what you think of it. The problem I have is they did to finance it. They made one of the shorts they made. I don't know what scene it was. So they made a little mini movie out of the 10-minute one of the plays, and they sold it off, and they got budget off of it, and they remade it into the film. But in that one, Michael Rooker played the Repo Man.
No.
Yeah, and I've seen photos of it, and I can't find it. We spent way too much time trying to find it.
Oh
And
my
I've seen
God,
little clips where Rooker's walking by, and I'm like, oh, my only thing is I wish I like Anthony Head guy. He's great, and he's very very fatherly, and he kind of comes off as being almost like we mentioned Breaking Bad before he got started, like a Bryan Cranston type, But Rooker as the dad would have been so interesting, because he could have been as the Repo Man, as Repo. But when he would come back in the scenes, I'm hoping it exists somewhere and it's not in the Blu-ray or the DVD. It's never been released. But watching a soft-spoken Rooker trying to console his daughter, who's he's ruining his life by trying to keep her trapped in the room so she's safe. I want to see that. It's the only thing I had that I would change is to have it'd be totally different. And what the one change is completely different movie to have my patron saint Michael Rooker playing
Yeah,
Repo.
I'm with you though. I think this movie, and I'm usually not one to say this, although I feel less bad about saying it nowadays because I think the horror genre is filled to the brim with really good, unique, new ideas right now. And I used to be very like snobby about remakes. I think this movie could use a remake, and I think it could be awesome with a bigger budget, modern, conventions. I think you'd probably, if I had a choice, well, at the same time, I would love to give it to somebody and just be like, hey, go off the rails again. But also, it might be better to give it to somebody who could kind of reel it in a little bit and ground it a little more, and make it less. I don't know what the word is, but I just think that
Less.
just make
Just
it
less,
less.
yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't
So
know.
you get the guy that made Wicked, that guy,
Yeah, there you go.
and you have Grande play.
Shiloh.
Shiloh.
Yeah. Didn't have Cranston play the dad again. We mentioned him before,
Sure.
and then I'm just gonna. Who plays Paris Hilton? Is that gonna be?
Maybe that's Grande. She's kind of like the.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, the pop song.
Pop, yeah. Yeah, put it, yeah, Sabrina Carpenter's in there somewhere.
Oh my God! There. Yeah. Okay. No, you're right.
Actually, she would have fun with that.
Yeah, Grande as Shiloh, and then Carpenter as Paris Hilton, who I can't remember the character
Oh, let's
name, but
looking at
Amber.
Amber, yeah.
yeah. Who'd play the
I would watch that.
Who'd play the CEO?
The CEO, Hopkins, Anthony Hopkins. Since we're throwing money around,
Sure.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
actually, just bring in Pacino or De Niro since we already have the
Sure.
Scorsese thing.
The Italian.
Yeah, kind of the guy from anyone from Goodfellas. Have Joe Pesci do it. I would watch the hell out of that.
But who's Chris Pratt gonna play? Because obviously he's got to be in the movie. He's in every movie, right?
Oh, he's the Undertaker. He's the grave robber,
Oh, okay.
and he has to use his bad Mario voice that he uses for 2 seconds. I walked in the room when that was on. I'm going, oh, yeah, okay. No, this should get seen more. My kid watched this back in the day, and my wife recognized the music. Going, I think Thomas had that CD. No, I think it was a DVD. He played it. So we asked him what was when did you watch Repo last time? He goes, when I was a kid. I tried to watch it recently, and I don't know what the fuck was going on. again, he's 25, so I let him say that. And I'm like, yeah. And I was watching it closely, but if you're comparing this to your childhood memories of it, again, Thomas had a weird diet as a kid. So watching it at 25, and he's like, "You let me watch that when I was a kid." I'm like, I didn't have a choice. You had the remote. I couldn't. You hid it from me.
I am very. I don't know. Is this movie accessible to like Gen Z? Because I feel like if you weren't around in like 2008, like Hot Topic culture kind of thing, this might like just be completely off-putting to you. Almost.
But is it nostalgic for certain types?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm curious about.
A little bit, because you got the Alexa Vega, Spy Kids girl. You got her, Paris Hilton, just icon. And then just a couple other people that from the old Hot Topic nostalgia.
Yeah.
It would fit with them. But when you start leaning more towards like I'm getting a Disney blind box from Hot Topic, that's when you kind of start losing folks.
Yeah.
With this film.
That's why I'm curious. I would love to show this to a younger person who's like, who doesn't remember 9/11 and see how they feel about it.
This is their 9/11. Yeah.
But yeah,
because Bill Moseley, he still has the Rob Zombie stuff, so people know him. And that could just be me because I love Bill Moseley. I'm going through. I'm going. And Buffy almost had a reboot thing, so he might have got some kind of great. It's just a weird. It is such a weird because music today is ingested differently. It's one song at a time. People really listen to an album.
Sure.
If this is the kind of thing people have the attention span for, because you really have to watch this. You can't. This isn't playing in the background. You have to sit there and like read all
Yeah.
this stuff to really get into it.
Yeah, and you also have to. There's so much. The music, the dialogue is jam packed. There's no chorus in any of these songs, or every song is like, it doesn't really fit the pattern of most songs where it's like, this is the part where they repeat themselves to really.
There's no refrain.
Yeah, no, it's just like it would be the same as watching a movie. It's just dialogue, but it's sung. So that does, you really do have to kind of like lock in and pay attention, because it'll slip little lines in there, and then it'll never, if you miss it, you miss it, and you get confused.
Oof, it's gone.
Yeah. And that's not to say anything negative about it. I like that. I think that's totally fine. I think generally I do like movies that you can kind of brain off, and not that this is a thinker, but it is something that there's a lot going on. The plot
it demands your attention. Yeah, if you don't watch it,
there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of plot going on that doesn't intuitively click together. But again, not a bad thing. Just a thing to think about.
Yeah, like it's a well-oiled machine. It's just be careful with the moving parts. Just don't get your fingers stuck.
Yeah. You gotta pay attention.
That's the sequel.
Yep.
Your fingers get pulled off.
Yeah. Is there any? I don't. So again, I don't know anything about this movie or outside of what happens inside of the movie. I don't really know anything. Is there like still anything going on with this like property?
Oh, with this guy. Okay, so Paris wanted to do like a sequel remake thing.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't get off the ground. Let's see. Terrence Adunich does do other projects.
Okay.
He did, like, he's got The Molt, which is a comic series that he works on. He's got American Murder Song, which is a Americana folk music.
Okay.
Based around murder.
Fun.
So America, yeah.
So America. Like he had like different time periods and stuff that he would put their theme American Murder song around. I went to go visit him in Des Moines.
Oh, wow.
When he did the Donner Party tour.
That's cool.
And then he's also got the 2 Devil's Carnival movies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
People want the third one, but it's not looking like it.
Oh. As is Hollywood, right? Or show business.
Yeah, because because funding and people not wanting to get back on the project, and just it's just a mess.
Yeah. Every movie's a miracle, as they say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see that he's still doing stuff. Because I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if this, like, is there still like a solid, like a big fan base around this movie?
It's definitely getting its cult following. Cult following. It's like it had its fans then, but it's kind of at least I've noticed it picking back up. People mentioning it in like For You pages and stuff,
Sure.
timelines, and people would talk like, "Hey, you guys remember Repo?" Like, yeah, I do.
We're coming up on 20-year anniversary. Maybe they'll do something for it.
I hope so. I really do. I would like to see more from this property. I think there's a lot. There's a lot left on the table here, and I think they could do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'd go in to watch that.
For sure.
I mean, and Bousman's still directing him. He was the guy that worked for hire for this one. Was a fan of the stage play, and he's the guy that kind of he's the one that made Saw what it is today. Because I mean, the first Saw is great, but it's very Argento. It's very trapped in the basement. Whereas Bousman, what made the Saw movies fun, it made the whole revenge at the end kind of thing.
Yeah.
He did 3 of those. I'm looking at the screen. I should look at them. Yeah, three of those, and they kind of set the standard for what that's going to be. And he's in Spiral. He's still working, like a lot. So he could definitely, make a follow up to this. Yeah, why have someone else to have him directed again, Jason? Sure. Who's being a jerk?
Let's do it. I'm down. But yeah, so I guess we can talk recommendations now. I would recommend this movie to anyone my age who had like a goth phase in junior high school because it is so nostalgic and it is so, like I said, and if you like Evanescence's music videos, it's just like
it could definitely be on like the Daredevil soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it was definitely a movie I wouldn't loosey-goosey recommend, especially to like a younger person.
I'm not going to walk into the break room at work and put on Tubi and turn this on and walk out. Although I'm going to now.
Right, you should. I don't know what you would.
That would that's getting played tomorrow at work. But yeah, who would you recommend this to? I mean, it's got to be someone who likes someone in it. I know Paris Hilton's got a DJ career right now. And she's DJing. That'd be kind of fun if someone I know is a fan of that to say, "Hey, have you seen Repo?" And again drop it and run.
Yeah. Throw the grenade in the door and close it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you want to see Alexa Vega widen her IMDb.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because this is so dumb of me because I've never seen the Spy Kid movies. That's the age I'm at. So I know they exist. And I know it's Rodriguez, and I know who's Machete's in it.
Real talk, you definitely should watch the first one. Even as an adult, that movie is made with so much love and.
Well, and I love Robert Rodriguez. So it's like I know he's used them. I know she's in Machete, and then in Sin City. Mm-hmm. So and it's like I know, and then the kid is from the Rob Zombie he's using for Halloween. He's married to
Megan Trainor.
Thank you. I was such a big fan. I was going to say that, but I've heard reference to Spy Kids. It's one of those. It's at that age. It comes out. It's not an elitist thing because I want to see it, sure. But it comes out and it's like, oh, I'm a little bit too old for it, and I'm also my kid's too young. It's just I keep missing it. So when she pops up, I'm like, hey, it's a kid from Machete, and then Mother's Day, another Bowser movie, and then everyone else in the room goes, she's a Spy Kid, and I'm like. Oh yeah, I missed that Lava Kid and Shark Boy. No, not that one.
Spy Kids. Don't watch that.
That's what I've seen. I'm like, okay. Tyler Lautner had to start somewhere.
Very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do need to go see my Spy. I think I have a set of like 1, 2, and 3 downstairs somewhere.
Oh really?
Yeah, you'd be like a Walmart $5 thing.
2 has
just to go my Rodriguez collection.
2 has Steve Buscemi in it, and he has the craziest line I've ever heard in a kids movie. Where he says, "Do you think God hides in heaven because he's afraid of what he created on earth?" And it's like, what am I watching right now?
And the director's going, "That's not the script."
I'm watching a movie with Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
And then who plays I can never remember his name, but I love the actor so much. He plays like the pseudo villain in the first one.
Alan
Cummings.
Is
it Alan
Cummings?
Yeah. Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Yep. He is so good in that movie too. He's good as Nightcrawler as well. But I was talking about he's really good in Spy Kids as well. But yeah. Anyways, definitely. And you know what? I'd recommend this to anyone. Yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone who's seen Spy Kids, just because that's fun.
Have them watch a Spy Kids Repo double feature, and then just drop the grenade and run. Hey, Becky, you back there? Yeah, put on Repo.
Well,
I'm glad you picked this because I probably wouldn't have put it back in again. And I'm like going, and I do. This is another thing that I'm glad I have the DVD, not only because of the special features, but just the menu screen is so cool. It's like the work they put into of all the graphics and like the animation. You don't get that, hitting Roku or hitting Tubi or even in Netflix was on there. Yeah. But I'm like, they actually, you can tell how much they cared about this movie when Lionsgate, authorized it, paid for the check with it. Yeah, I'm glad to watch this again.
I watched it on Amazon Prime with ads, and there was an ad for like some random medicine, like right after.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it was really funny. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Medical insurance rules
You
the
like
world. They're gonna
citrate?
make you hell. And then, brought to you by Ozempic.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
We watched something, and it was cannibal something, obviously, and every commercial break was for Hy-Vee for like their Labor Day pork
Hy-Vee
rump
Pharmacy.
sale, and I'm just like, that would have been funnier now, but it was every time they'd have like someone, it might have been Chainsaw, it might have been watching that at work. To have, because I had the office myself, I'm putting on the chainsaw, and then every break is like, it is the grilling special. I'm like, oh, they don't know they're paying money to be put in this movie.
Yeah,
Makes it so much happier.
that's awesome.
But the Hy-Vee pharmacy would have been really funny for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
You,
think.
you can't pay for your prescription. Yeah.
Do you guys have any final thoughts before we wrap up here? I think.
No, this is fun. I'm glad I watched this again. Thanks for bringing that one up, Rosemary.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for introducing
Yeah.
me to this, because I had, like I said, I
I'm
was not on
glad
my
you
radar.
liked it.
Yeah, it was so fun, and it's definitely something I'm gonna. I mean, I've already revisited the I can't remember the name of the song, the banger song. I've listened to it like 4 or 5 times since watching it.
Citrate Anatomy.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah.
I remember I think you guys remember I cosplayed as Grave Robber one year for class.
Oh,
Oh,
that
that's
does
for,
seem
like,
familiar. I
Halloween or
do remember that now.
That's funny. I did not
Yep.
have the context for it, but
He was just like,
But
yeah,
now-
Rosemary's
but
having a
now, yeah,
day.
it's like, yeah, it's like, huh. Anyways,
right.
I do remember that.
yeah. But let's see. Yeah, like I'm glad that I got to introduce you guys to this or reintroduce you guys to it. It's definitely up there as like top movie. Just for there's a hint of independence,
Mhm.
like independent filmmaking that went with it.
Oh yeah, there's
I
no market research in Repo. There's
Yeah.
no one going, how do we get the 30-year-old white guy audience to watch this? How do we get
No one
Nike pharmacy?
no one wearing a suit came within like a mile of this movie at any point.
No. But yeah, like it's definitely for folks like of our generation who had a goth phase, currently is a goth, or who's like or has had musical theater
Yep.
Yeah.
I was
experience.
gonna say, or as a theater kid, goths and theater
Theater
kids.
kid is
It's like
the whole
goths, theater
last
kids, or
reel.
combination of both.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the last 20 minutes is a beautiful love letter to theater kids. It's all on stage. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, the titular opera it's beautiful and so much
That's
fun.
probably my favorite bit of the whole thing is that they let the climax be a stage show where the audience doesn't know it's a show or not, so they can go as theatrical as they want to be, and the audience usually when that happens in a show, you're like, well, the audience knows it's they're gonna know it's real, like whatever's gonna be. This one, I'm like, no, I completely in that world, they're not gonna know. They're gonna think it's a show, even though the guy loses, how much blood. Oh, what a great effect!
I almost feel like that this movie should have ended with like after the climax and the shooting and the dropping dead and everyone's dying on stage and all and the sad stuff. It almost feels like it should have just ended with like one member of the audience just being like, and just like and then slowly everyone just starts clapping and stands.
Stand up, and then the corpses get up and go, oh, curtain call.
Yeah.
I do love they would show the audience reacting to it, and this is one of those things about sight lines. I'm watching it, and then something on the stage happens, and then the big bad is the gun, and they cut to the audience going, oh, and then there's like 12 people, and they're all looking different directions.
Sure.
Just like I'm like, okay, they could have looked at the guy who's pointing a gun at, but still.
Yeah.
Maybe they just
so
didn't want
good.
to see the violence.
That's just,
Like, oh, I don't know.
they're looking for Steve Buscemi to have a lion in the background. I'm sure he's there too.
But yeah,
All right.
Or they could have just been looking for DJ Grandma
That's
in
a,
the audience.
that was good. That was very good too.
but yeah,
like geez.
once again, I just want to thank you, Rosemary, for coming on and sharing this with us and with the audience. And yeah, I hope if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. If it sounds at all interesting. All right, and once again, we just want to thank Rosemary for bringing that movie to our attention. Just so fun, just a fun time. You're gonna have
It's probably like 15 years I watched that, and it's one of those ones that it's like, oh man, I should post that more often.
Yeah.
Just ridiculously fun.
Yeah, and then next episode, I think we will also have a special guest, but I won't tease too much just in case anything falls through.
And the lawyers, they have to sign the contracts and stuff. Yeah, it'll be pretty tricky.
Yeah, but until then, you can hit us up with any of your thoughts, opinions on this movie or anything we've covered in the past or anything you'd like us to cover in the future. Hit us up at TDMMVI pod. At all of your social medias down below, you can see there. And then if you want to email us directly, you can hit us up at tdmmvipod@gmail.com. Yeah, let us know what your favorite song is. That's a fun call to action. But yeah, until then, until next time, I'm Jesse Spitzer.
And I'm Jay Orlees.
I don't know why I hesitated there. It's like I forgot what my name was.
It's dramatic. It's very dramatic. I like that.
I have been Jesse Spitzer. This has been the Double Movie View It. Thank you guys so much for watching.
All right. Thanks, guys.